very calm and just sleepy. Like the whole day they are just sleeping.
Oh, yeah?
That's a good day, right?
Yeah. Is it like?
In Istanbul, like millions of cats.
Yeah, yeah. We see
There
a
are
lot
more
of
cats than than people actually in Istanbul.
Really?
A lot of cats, but here more dogs. You can see like most of for the gendarme, we call them like gendarme. Gendarme take under control the small towns and the police is in the city center. They have like a small office here for this gendarme. And on the right, look at the head of that chimney. Does it look like a duck?
Yeah.
Duck or dog?
A dog.
Which
Look
one
like
you
a
call
dog,
it?
actually.
It's a dog.
And Ba means vineyard. So we can say ruler's vineyard. They do a lot of grape vineyard. At the next point I will show you another vineyard too. You know, the September is the harvest time for the grape. Look at that view from right to the left. We can see the whole process for the Cappadocia as a landscape. Do you have any idea? Did you research the Cappadocia?
No, we know not.
Okay, so we need to run our imaginary right now because we are dating back to the 15 million years ago. I mean, the volcanic eruptions has started like 15 million years ago. But before that, the Cappadocia is the name of the region. We are right in the middle of the country. When we back to when I will show you from the map too where is Cappadocia. And the Cappadocia is the name of the region, as I told you, and consists of 5 different cities in total. This province, Nevşehir, is right in the middle. Let's think that this is triangle, like a circle, and we are right in the middle in the region, and it's covered by the other 4 cities. Kayseri, ASR, there is another line show us the level of the water. And then when it's filled up with the volcanic ash, you can see another crack here. The body of the fairy chimney is volcanic ash, which is softer one. And you know, when the volcano started to explode, this time they spread volcanic lava, basalt stone, which is stronger one on top. You can see the black one. So the stronger one protect the body, and between these two there is no lava. That's why it's already disappeared because of the erosion and the wind. You know, erosion is just erosion and the wind is just coming from down to top, and the erosion is just disappearing. On the right, you can see the Table Mountain, as I told you, and next to the Table Mountain, look at these three. These fairy chimneys are still connected to each other. And when you go apart from the Table Mountain, they just started to separate it, then each other. And look at the last one, has already missing the head. This is the process, I mean, how it works. The volcanic lava top of the fairy chimney will separate it, then the body, and then will fall. And you know, there's no protector anymore. It's just start to erode it faster, like on the left. At the same time, between the other two, you can see the crack. You know, when the snow started to melting, it's just expanded and then cracked. So with that crack, it's gonna be separated than each other. So we can say that the fairy chimneys on the left, they are older than these ones. These are younger ones, and these are the older ones. So this is gonna be disappear, but at the same time, the next fairy chimneys come close to spread Christianity. And you know, when they arrive in Cappadocia, they find out that they can hide easily inside these caves. You know, you don't need to build up the apartments. And you know, 1st century. So when they arrived in Cappadocia, this region was ruled by the Roman Empire. You know, Romans are pagan. They didn't accept Christianity. That's why the early Christians need to hide from the Roman soldiers from 1st century till 325. So what happened in 325? You know, Constantine? He accepted Christianity, and after that the monastic lifestyle has turned from 1st century till the 325. The monks used to live inside these caves. You know, they dedicated their lives to the Christianity, and they prefer to live apart from the local people. They prefer to live alone. This is one of them, you know, Saint Simon. We have 3 floors here. The first floor, this gate is this chapel. It's under conservation right now from some of the Japanese universities. And the second floor is the church. 3rd floor is the monks' room. You know, they prefer to make their dwelling like higher than the ground. They prefer to stay closer to God, actually. This is the thing that it was all covered and then just collapsed. With this tunnel also, it was all covered. Yeah, you know, they just prefer to stay inner side as much as they can. That's the stairs to the 2nd floor.
Interesting.
1985. So like both government and the UNESCO just try to keep the natural beauty. That's why we call it like open air museum. This museum, but this is a huge place actually. Like we have 3 different valleys here. Zelva Valley 1, 2, and 3. We can even stay here like the whole day actually if you want to cover the whole ride. But the Zelva Valley 1 is also where the local people get all together. You know, when they need to do something, when they need to farm, like celebrate how the river just cracked that layer. From this hill to this hill, let's think that it was all flat, and the rainwater and the flow water just came through this side and cracked to split it, and then this is most probably like stronger. That's why it's split again as two parts. So this is Zababali 1, 2, and 3. Actually, in total, we can see, we are able to see this crack, how the river and the flown water cracked that layer. And here also you can see the whole millstone, wheat grinder stone. The fish patterns, and the grape is famous for the Cappadocia grape wine, and the angel Gabriel, he's just holding the grape, and that's why we call this church fish and grape, but we are not able to see this church. Let's see the millstone over there, and then we're gonna continue. Bulgur rice. Did you hear bulgur rice? This is thick brown color, like another wheat flavor. To get the bran of the bulgur rice before the boiling, they need to grind the wheat. This is the grinder, but this is huge grinder with the human power. It's not possible to run it. That's why the people use donkeys, and the rotate mechanism. In the middle you can see the hole. They just tuck in the wooden stick, and they tiled up donkeys for both sides, and the donkey just around it. This is the first section, and the second section is here. That's the oven to cook the bulgur rice and bulgur soup. This is the oven. Look at the ceiling; it's still dark because of the smoke. Because this material, volcanic ash, absorb the smoke in. That's why even today, it's still dark, black. I mean, we can see. Even though and also you can see these stones. These are handmade. To avoid the risk of collapsing, they just prefer to close some entrance, because when the fresh air came into, it's still expanding.
Yeah.
They just try to reduce, avoid the risk of collapsing with this kind of technique. They just try to find a solution for every each situation. Actually, this is the other one. These stones are handmade. Tunnel. Can you see the wooden? Not wooden, iron stairs like the brown. That's the entrance of the escape tunnel, a dark passage. It's closed right now. I haven't been there before because we don't know if it's safe or not. But that tunnel goes through the other side of the mountain. Yeah, other side of the mountain. And so right across to us, you can see a bunch of halls. Like that's the monastery, where the one has collapsed in 1952, and then the people have to abandon this place to another town. Too, but the camel. Camel is the main point for this. It's visible. We are easy to see the camel, but the rest is all about your imaginary. For example, behind you can see the ducks, kissing ducks. They're making kissing ducks. Thing looks like human heart, huh? This one. The thing, kinda like similar. That's why we are calling here like imaginary valley, imagination valley.
You have to.
Oh.
Alright, please have a seat. Make yourself for making potteries. And we obtained the red clay from the old riverbanks of the Red River that passes through this town. But nowadays, for making much more colorful pieces and more durable pieces, we use white clay. And that will be a sample of the white clay as well. It's a mixture of two different materials, which are kaolin and quartz. Kaolin gives the clay a very unique resilience and makes it so sticky, and quartz makes the pieces so durable within that intense firing procedure. And this quartz is actually one of the biggest difference between the ceramics that we're making over here and the other ones that you've seen. Cracked, chipped, broken easily over time. Now, the greatest example that I can give you about the durability of these pieces is if you go to like Topkapi Palace or Blue Mosque in Istanbul, have you been there? The tulip designs. And those are made from at least like 500, 600 years ago, still intact. Why? Because they were using quartz in the Italian works. So it has a crucial role on the durability of the ceramics. After sourcing the clay, we're going to move on to the shaping process, which is the most challenging stage throughout the whole procedure. To become a master in this field, you need to learn about 200 different forms. And it's going to take at least 8 to 10 years of your experience to learn this craftsmanship. And here we have Mr. John. Hello. Welcome. And he's going to give us a quick demonstration. Now, by the time that he's preparing the clay, I would like to introduce you to the historical icon of this region, civilization, and they were using this for serving wine in their religious ceremonies. The reason for the unique shape of it is coming from the belief that if you want to take pictures or record, you're welcome to do so. Alright, now this is a moment of truth. I'm not going to spoil the magic if you're recording it. Now he's sealing up the bottom side of it to make sure that it's not going to leak afterwards. Now he's going to cut it off the base with this needle. And this is the final prize. Now what he's going to do right now is he's going to make a hole for jointing the spout. Now the thing is, once we make the circular shape, we're going to let it dry for a couple of days, and after it's dried, we're going to make the other remaining 3 shapes. And then since they're still wet, we're going to join them together, and eventually it's going to look like this. But obviously there's a whole different process for baking and painting that we're going through that I'm going to explain it in a short while. Alright, now
So in Cappadocia, in Turkey actually, we have 3 existing volcanoes. They are not active. It's not gonna be active too. So the biggest one is over there. Can you see? Like covered by the snow, right across the That's the mountain Erciyes. Erciyes Mount. It's a volcano. It was active like 3 million years ago. 4,000 meters altitude. It's right now it's famous for the ski. It's there's a huge ski resort. But it's one of the biggest famous for the locals because you can check on it.
CCS Muhammed diyor. Cappadocia Cave Suite.
We have the first one is dry beans. a lot of paste, tomato and pepper paste. That's why it's like red. The sauce is red. And as I told you, these are the main courses like the dolma, the stuffed vegetables like green pepper, zucchini, and eggplant. These are all the same ingredients like the rice and bulgur rice. They put some, like pomegranate extract, some spices too, and that's the grape leaves, like rolling the grape leaves. These are the main courses for today. Today's lunch. Yeah, we just came a bit early, and these are for the other groups too.
Oh, so it get really busy, huh?
Yes, they will. Like in an hour, most of them will be with the machine. That's why it's like proper. We have also like the fireplace. Even the electricity just came. We're gonna start with the lentil soup. Lentil soup is the most common one in Turkey. Red lentil, but we put some other vegetables and we have some baby cats.
Yeah, there's a little cat.
Four wife.
Ooh.
That's the salad. So we have pomegranate extract and olive oil on the table. This is pomegranate and this is olive oil. And yogurt. You can put the yogurt some on the.
Thank you. Uống cái gì đó.
This is what we're gonna see right now, like the entire city. And today we are just able to see the 10% of the entire city actually in Kaymaklı underground city. So the capacity of this underground city is big enough for 2,000 people. But we are just able to see 10%. And you can see the 4 floors, like exact floors. The number 1, as I told you, will be this table. The entrance of the underground city. This is the way enter and this is the way exit. And from first to second floor, on the way back, on the way down, we're gonna see the storage, living room, but I will show you another ones too. And the second floor, these are the main things. Look at the number 5. The second floor is the prayer site, like this is the church. Number 5 will be the church. At the second floor, we're gonna see some graves and the church too. These are the main things as I told you. And from the second to third floor, we're gonna go through the tunnel. Look at the number 7, the guy. Through the tunnel, we need to go like this. Like a duck wall. And then the number 9 is also the stone door. How they block the entrance for each floor. I will show you like huge stone door to roll this stone door to block the entrance. One more here, like look at the number 2. Yeah, another one. So, and then we will arrive the third floor. On the way down of the third floor, we're gonna see the winery too. We already seen some in Zelda, but here too I will show you another winery, the number 4. And then the number 6, on the way back, we're gonna see the kitchen. Number 6 is the biggest part, and the kitchen, where the people cook. They used to live here as a community. When they need to cook also, they cook all together. That's why the kitchen is the biggest part. And in the middle of the kitchen, we have some other onyx stones too. When we reach there, I will show you that onyx stone. And from third floor to the fourth floor, we're gonna go through the long tunnel. And in the middle of the long tunnel, I will show you the ventilation shaft too. How did they get the fresh air from the top? And after the third floor, until the third floor, it was just about the living rooms for the people. We're gonna see lots of living room on the way back, like the number 7 on the way back of the number 7 to the kitchen. I will show you some living rooms too. We're gonna go down from this way. We already seen some stable too. This is the same hall to tiled up the animals. And also look at the entrance. The entrance is not big enough to carry the animals to down floors too. This is the other reason why the people keep the entrance as a stable. And also they don't want the soldiers like running all together to down floors. That's why they keep the entrance, like the tunnels are just big enough for one person. After the harvest, they just store some foods here, just in case for the emergencies. And when they leave the underground city also, for the next time, they just left the foods here, and then the people just leave the underground city. This is also stone door, and try to roll it to close the entrance. And when we close the entrance from this side, for example, you can't open it from the other side because it's already locked. So even though the enemy can find you, they are not able to open this stone door and then go down and chase the local people actually. That's why they use this kind of technique to close the entrance actually. It's all about the defending. Next to their belongings, this is the storage and this is the living room. Alright. They just sleep just on the floor. don't die, they are not able to carry the dead body outside because the enemies are waiting for them outside. They need to keep the dead bodies here for a while, and that's why they use this kind of graves. The prayer unit to donate something to church. They just put their donates on this stone, and we have two more circles. These are the wine cellars. They just drink wine too. And as you see, with this church, there is no wall painting because their priorities was different. They don't have time to paint the wall. They need to go through these kind of tunnels. It's all about the defending. It's also complicated.